everybody, Carol from Carol's Vintage Treasures, and I have my What's Sold video. And this is for what's sold for the week of May 9th through the 13th. I had 12 sales total, pretty good for me. 10 on Etsy and 2 on Poshmark. Very, very happy about that. Poshmark woke up again. It was kind of dead last week, but I did a lot of sharing and sending out offers and things like that. So I got a couple of sales out of it. You got to work at it, I guess. First thing that's sold here is this Eddie Bauer women's jacket. It was a cotton polyester blend quilted jacket. It was a small. I have had this for a while. I sent out offers on Poshmark and they sent me a counter offer, so I went ahead and accepted it. Next thing that sold on Poshmark was this Huey Lewis and the News t-shirt. It was from 2016, so I couldn't sell it on Poshmark. It was too old. It did have all the tour dates on the back. I haven't been lucky enough to find concert t-shirts in the wild. This is the first one. I think I might have sold a couple more, but I'm just not lucky enough to find them. There's a whole thing about t-shirt guys at Goodwill right now in my area. They just go there every day and they get all the good ones. So you have to really be on it to find them. But this one sold for $15. And I have had this for a while, so I'm happy to send that on its way. All right, now on to Etsy. I sold this Ace troll doll. He had a green gem in his tummy. I got this not very long ago in a baggie that I bought with a lot of other trolls in it. He was the first one that sold, so that kind of surprised me a little bit. He was $15.99, and someone was looking for him, I guess. You just got to be lucky like that sometimes. Next thing was this tin. It was very pretty. I've had this for a very, very long time. Sold for $13.59. It was a Dyer English tin with birds and floral designs on it. It was really pretty. It was a little bit on the smaller side, but it was really a beautiful tin. I'm pretty sure I found this at Goodwill, but it was really nice. I'm glad it finally sold. Okay, next thing that sold was this little gorilla. I got him a couple years ago, I think. He was dandy, and he had the big plastic eyes, and I think he was Valentine's Day plush. He had a Love Ya tattoo on his arm. He was just adorable. So he's going to a good home. I always get pictures of the manufacturer's tag, or the tush tag as they call them, just so people can see where it came from and what they're getting. But that was a good sale on a plushie. This one I've had for a very, very long time, and I'm surprised it took so long to sell because I thought it was just beautiful. I was actually thinking of keeping it, but it finally sold for $23.19, and it was a Blue Mountain Pottery penguin, and it was teal with a drip glaze. Really beautiful pottery. So I'm happy he's going to a new home. You can tell it is a clay pottery or red pottery by the bottom there. And he was just really beautiful. I'm going to be sad to see him flying to his new home, but happy at the same time. Okay, next thing that sold was this Barbar and Father Christmas book. It sold for $19.99, and This is going to England. So it was published in 2001. I always try to capture the publishing date and a few of the pictures in there so they know what it looks like, what condition it's in. So that was a pretty good sale. All right, next thing that sold was this Broadway musical Cats music box. It played Memory from 1983. I've had this for a really long time too. Sold for $35.99. It had a really nice place to put some jewelry or some keepsakes in there. And had the mark on the back there. And when you turn the key there, it played the music. But that's going to a new home. Next thing I sold was a Betty Crocker cookbook. This was a paperback one. I sold it for $19.99. It was from 1990. And very nice. It was in pretty good condition. Always take pictures of the pages so they can see. And yeah, pretty good sale on a cookbook. That's why I pick them up. I love picking up cookbooks because they usually sell for at least $20. So, but that was a paperback, so that wasn't going to sell for that much. Next thing I sold was a troll doll. I have had this guy for such a long time. I bought him at a Shop Goodwill auction of trolls, and it's a teacher troll. I don't think people bring gifts to school for their teachers like they used to. So that's going to look nice on some teacher's desk. It says, "I heart my teacher." Sold for $12.79. He was a little cutie. So I just try to take good pictures of him so they know. And he still had his tags attached. And really cutie. He was a cutie pie. There's his tag. And I don't know if I had the year on there. I'm not sure I had the year. But I'm sure it was probably from the 90s. It looks like it was. I think I identified it from being from the 90s through Google Lens. Okay, next thing that sold was this little pottery piece. It was a snail, kind of small, but cute. He sold for $7.99. That's going to look really precious in a potted plant or in a garden. But he was really sweet. I just had to pick him up when I saw him. Beautiful glazed pottery. Beautiful glaze on the pottery also. That was really nice. Okay, and last but not least, I sold another Beanie Baby. They are selling lately. This one sold for $16.79, and it was I didn't change the title. I'm surprised this sold. I'll copy other listings and then change the title and the details. But on this one, I didn't do the title. I did it in the description. But he was Claude the Crab, and he was from 1996. I hope they're not expecting a spider. I think you can see from the picture it's a crab. But he sold for $16.79. Probably would have sold sooner if I would have been on the ball and changed my title. But it happens sometimes. So that is what I sold this week. Pretty good sales. I'm happy with that. We'll see what next week holds. Hopefully it'll be good to me also. And I have a haul coming up. And if you give me just a second, I will be right over on the couch with that. So stay put and I'll be right there.
Hey
everybody, here with a haul for you. I've got a few things I picked up at Goodwill I thought I would show you. I didn't pick up too much this week. I was kind of focusing on getting older stuff in my store out instead of picking up new stuff. So I'm going through reviews, revising some listings and bringing some prices down to try to move the older stuff out. But I did find a few things, new things to put in my store I thought I would show you. I found a Anthropologie mug with an S on it. Anthropologie is pretty popular. It was 99 cents, so we'll see how that does. I found another Betty Crocker cookbook. If you've been watching for a while, you know I pick these up when I see them. This one's in really, really good condition. Looks like it's hardly been used. So the cover's a little worn, but the inside looks great. So like new pages almost. And this one is from, let's see when it's from. Oh, see, I lied. There's pages stuck together. There. 1984. So I'll go ahead and put this up in my Etsy shop and see how it does. And if I see those, I grab them. I know I have a lot of them right now, but when you see something good that sells a lot, I know I will buy it and stockpile it. And when my other item sells, I'll replace it with a new one. So only a couple more things here. I found some new old stock glasses, and they're new in the box. These are Game Night Double Old Fashioned. There are 4 of them by Luminark, and they're just card playing glasses. I have sold something like this before. These are popular for people who have game night and things like that. And I also found some larger ones. And these here. And they're packaged upside down. They're 16-ounce coolers by the same company, Luminark. And they're game night glasses. And these were $4.49. Looks like they have been opened. Let's see. I'll take one out and show you. They're pretty nice. Good quality. So we'll see how those do. And it's nice that they're still in the box too. So we'll see how those are. And that's all I found this trip out. Just getting in the mind of looking more for quality items than little bitty things that are going to sit for a while, since I already have so much of that. So, but that's what I got. If you want to take a look at my Etsy shop, it's in the description. Just click on the link in the description. I also have a Poshmark store if you want to look at that. And I've got a lot of good stuff in there if you want to take a look. And that's really all I have this week. Don't know what to do with my hair. I think I'm going to cut it all off. It's just bugging me. I have never had my hair this long ever before in my life. And I don't know. All I can really do with it is stick it in a ponytail. So, especially when it gets hot here in the summer, it's going to be really triple digits. So, well, those are my life problems. Anyway, I hope you're having a good week. I hope your sales are good if you resell. I hope you're finding lots of good things at the thrift. They seem to be hard to come by lately, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep looking. I guess you have to go often and just consolidate your trips. I usually go out when I go to the post office, drop off some stuff, drop off, pick up. So, try to make things even out a little bit. But that's it. That's all I found. So I hope you're having a good week. I hope you're doing well. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know how you're doing or what your favorite item was. And subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. So slowly but surely we're doing it. So that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.